We are going to do the sales script all the way through. We will go through the 10 different sections in the sales script. Each one has some specifics, and I've worked with dozens of land teams now, talked to hundreds of land investors, and this is all my favorite tips and tricks along the way that I've learned about the sales script and the sales calls. So there's 10 sections. The beginning is framing the call. It sounds like this. Hey, Jim, what's up? This is Brandon with Landy Leads. I'm the one who approves and makes the offers, decides on which properties you buy. You spoke with someone on my team about your land in Santa Cruz County. Is that right? What you're doing there is you are greeting them like an old friend with a little bit of up in your voice at the beginning. You are dropping your voice. And at the end of the sentence, is that right? You're coming down, leveraging authority and showing that you're in control of the call. They're going to say, oh, yeah, we talked to someone about that. Okay, cool. This should take about 10 minutes. I'm going to walk you through the process, ask a couple questions. If it makes sense, I'll let you know if the land qualifies for us to possibly make an offer on it. At the end, if you have enough info, you can say yeah or no. Either one's totally fine. Is that fair? Just setting the expectation for what that call is going to look like. Friendly, business-like, to the point. You want them to know you're not going to waste their time and that you're going to lay out some options for them. So this is a consultative sale. You're not trying to hammer them. You just want to show them, hey, we've got some options for you, and this is what they're going to look like. The next part we get into is the motivation and the rapport. So dig in with curiosity. You are just learning about this property. You're learning about the person, and approach it that way. So open-ended questions and mirroring are the key here. So tell me, what was the original plan when you bought this property in 96? What were you going to do with it? And you're just having a conversation. The key here is to get them thinking back, talking about the property, getting into a conversational mode where they're not guarded. You're not asking them, why are you selling the property? These types of questions that will automatically put their defense up. You're talking to them like a friend. Yeah, what changed? What happened? What you want to get to the bottom of is what changed in their life and why they're open to selling the property. And a good way to do that is with mirroring. And so mirroring, you just repeat the last 2 or 3 words they said, and that will take them deeper into their reasoning. So, you sold it in 96. What was going on back then? Or when you first bought it in 96, what was going on back then? Oh, me and my son were hunting the property back then. We were really into hunting. Mirroring looks like really into hunting. And then, yeah, me and my son, we were hunting for deer and this and that. We used to feed animals on the property, but then my son moved away to college. Oh, he moved away? Yeah, my son moved away to college, and actually that's kind of why I'm thinking of selling. We used to hunt, now he's gone, and da da da. And it's a mirroring questions that take you deep enough into the conversation to feel the real motivation. If there's one thing in the sales process that you just nail, that would be it. Those mirroring questions. It is listening, repeating just the last 2 or 3 words with a questioning tone. You used to hunt the property. That's it. That will be magical unlock mode for you as far as what they are uncovering their motivation. And then once you get some sort of motivation, you can start to uncover the pain. And mainly this is questions like, oh, how long have you been thinking of selling it for? Or when did you first consider this? Or what might you do if you did sell it? Well, what are you planning to do with it? Or what are you planning to do with the money? That type of thing. But you have to be tactical with those questions. It has to come across like you're actually curious, not like you're trying to set them up, because people are extremely wary of those types of conversations. The smallest thing they'll detect. Naturally, this is going to bring it to the pricing conversation. And a lot of times they're going to say, well, they're going to turn the questions on you, and they're going to say, hey, I want to know what you're willing to offer. A lot of this is like, I just want to see what I can get for it type of thing. Be prepared for that question, because it almost always comes, and just be ready to basically turn it around on them. Well, I got a few numbers in mind. I don't want to fully shoot from the hip here because I haven't really done my due diligence, but sounds like you've got a number in mind. What would sound fair to you? Or what are you thinking? So sounds like you got a number in mind is the way to turn it back on them and see what they say, and just go silent after that. Sounds like you got a number in mind. What were you thinking? See how much silence you can leave there. 5, 10 seconds. They will answer eventually. General number in mind. You should have looked at the property. You've got a ballpark. It should just be within 20%. Let's say it's worth 100 grand, you ballpark it. Give yourself a little bit of a buffer. So you're like, okay, maybe I missed something. Let's say it's worth 80 grand, and then price it from there. Okay, I want to offer 50 or 60 grand on this. So at that point, if they're really pressing you on price, you can say, okay, well, what I've seen other land investors in the area offering is like 50 or 60 grand on something like this. Well, might you say to an offer like that? That will give you a feel. You can blame it on other land investors. That's a cool tactic I learned from AJ Sharma. Cool credit there by going to his land closers conference in Texas. Blame it on other people, and then start asking questions that you may know the answer to that show that there's less value in the property than they might think. Hey, you know what? I noticed the road access thing. Is that a dirt road? Is it paved? Is it nicely graded with gravel? Oh, it's not? Okay, yeah. What's that slope on the back of the property? I noticed it's pretty steep. Oh, wow. Okay. I wasn't really fully taking that into account. What's the deal with all that brush in the middle of the property? Is that pretty thick, or could we just go, is that usable? And start basically listing off the things by asking questions that are wrong with the property, because that will knock them off their price a little bit. Okay, maybe they think it's worth 100 grand, but now it looks like you're gonna have to put 20 or 30 grand into it. Maybe it's only worth 70. So now when you offer 60 or 50, it could be reasonable. Game weaving around pricing, anchoring them low by blaming on other investors, asking them, sounds like you got a price in mind, and see if they'll give you a price they want to work with, knocking them off the price without saying it by pointing out all the flaws in their property, not by pointing them out directly, but by asking questions about it. And this is just reality. This is the negotiation part of this. You're feeling out what's actually going on and getting them to think reasonably about what's really going to happen here. Once you've done that, you do have a number in mind. And it doesn't have to be exact, but you just give yourself enough buffer where if you get it for this price, we're running. And so once you get to that price, okay, now you actually know these things about the land. It's worth 100. You give yourself the buffer at 80. You want to get it for 60. You would take it for 70 because you could probably sell it for 80 and maybe 100. This is where you come in and you load up the simplicity and the certainty, and then you drop an offer on them. You drop a lower one, expecting them, and then giving yourself a little bit to play with. So here's what I can do. Like, it's now I've got enough information about your property where we can talk about this. So here's what I can do. I can cover all the closing costs. So you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. You can sign electronically from your computer today. We use a licensed title company, so it's all secure. You get your money same as cash. We can either pay that directly by wire or check, and we can close on your timeline. Usually we close this as fast as possible. We try for 30 days. Ultimately, it's up to the title company, but this can happen very simply. We take care of everything. We've done this a ton of times. It's secure, and we'll make it happen quick for you. Based on the slope, the road access, and kind of those different things, we're probably able to offer in the range of about 60 grand for this property. Okay, if they say that's way too low, tactical empathy. Okay, sounds like you were hoping for more. And in your case, I can see, like, I would probably feel the same. What number might feel fair to you? Well, I was hoping for, it's worth 100. I see what you're saying. It's worth 100. If you were to put it on the market with a real estate agent, you went and fixed the road, fixed those bushes, you put 10 or 15 grand into it, and then listed with a realtor, which will cost you 10% or so. It's going to cost you another 10 or 15 grand. You list with a realtor. In all honesty, once you get that done, you're going to put 20 or 30 grand into getting it sold, and you might end up just right around the same price. So that's how we come to these prices. That we try to come to a fair price. So I'm at 60. If you listed with a realtor, you might land at about 70 take home profit plus all the work you end up getting done there. So I could come up to 62,500 maybe, but we need a little bit of meat on the bone, so that we try to keep a little bit of profit in here, just to make it worth doing all the work for us. So what do you think? 62,500, and just come up a little, empathize with them, explain to them the reality of the situation. And then, they're probably going to come back a little bit more, and you just work up, just don't jump up too high. Don't go from 60 to 70. Give a little and then see what they say. You don't want to give 10 grand away when you could give 2,500 away. You want to give yourself, okay, you're beating me up here, you come up a little bit more and use your own personality. A lot of people like to just like be light and jokey on the phone. That helps because you don't want to get into like some crazy negotiation. I'm not trying to play hardball here with people. It's like, hey, Frank, I get it. Like, you don't want to just give away the farm here. Like, bringing some levity into it is not a bad way to break the tension. Like, so it just depends on your style. If you think it's worth 100, your ultimate price is 70 grand, and they consider everything and they're like, you know what, I could come down to 90. All right, Frank, you're at 7, I'm at 70, you're at 90. I could buy it for 90, but here's how we'd have to do that. We could structure that a little bit differently. So if you want me to give you $1,000 down, and then I could give you $2,000 a month for the next 60 months or 45 months, whatever that is, then what I could do is I can try to get this sold without breaking the bank here, and I can get you close to your price. But we need to do some sort of owner financing. So the way to approach that is just with the script here. It's just, hey, got it. It sounds like your number's probably a little bit high for us if we're trying to buy cash and close really quickly, but I might be able to get you closer to that 90,000 if we structured it a bit differently. Would you be open to monthly payments instead of all cash up front? What that enables you to do is some flexibility. So now if you could buy this for 85 or 90, you think that you can sell it for 100 or 110, and you can lock it up. The goal would be give them $1,000 down and then $1,000 or $2,000 a month for 45 or 60 months. And then you give yourself time to sell, have whatever your owner financing is going to be in your head before you go. Now, when you close a deal, there's a lot of different ways people close deals, but really tie a bow on that. And this is an important part. They're going to say, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'd probably do 85. All right. Sounds like we're close. So let's lock this in so we can get it started. I'm going to email over a very simple agreement right now, so you can check it while we're on the phone. I'll make sure it came through. What's the best email to send that to? And you don't ask permission here. I just changed this. You just say, what is the best email to send that to? That is an assumptive close on an email. This is something that every salesperson is good at, but you don't say, hey, can I send you an email? I say, what's the best email to send this to? And they'll give you their email. You send them the contract, say, okay, uh, go ahead and put me on hold for a minute here and open your computer or open your phone, see if that came through. It should be a really simple DocuSign. Read through it while I'm on the phone. And if you have any questions, I can answer them right now. But these contracts, because they're such simple deals and because we go through title, so it's all secure, they're really used to doing this. These are really simple to get done. So it's a very quick contract if you want to check it out. Now, you sit on the phone while they read through the contract. All they should have to do is hit the button to sign it. And that is the most effective way to close, is directly over the phone. And then right when they sign, say, hey, awesome. Congrats on selling your land. This is a big move. And be genuinely excited for them. Share that excitement, because this is something that they've probably been thinking about doing for a long time, and they want some reinforcement that they made the correct decision. They don't want to feel like, what did I just do? Did I get ripped off? Those moments right after they sign, they want clarity, confirmation. Literally, you can clap for them, let them know that, hey, this is a good deal. It's a good deal for you. This is a good deal for me. Like, I'm excited we're getting this taken care of for you. In the next 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to get that purchase agreement back to your email so that you have a copy for your records. Within 1 day, the title company is going to either email you or call you. Usually, once that's verified or cleared, we're going to send over the final docs for you to e-sign. So you sign those and then you get paid. It's as easy as that. You don't need to do anything else until the title company reaches out. And then I'm going to be babysitting this deal and just making sure that everything's done right. So if anything pops up later tonight or tomorrow, you call me directly. But basically, this can all be handled really simply from here, and the money will end up landing in your bank account. The goal here is to give them like extremely clear next steps, like one thing that they need to do. The next thing you're doing is you're going to talk to the title company, expect a phone call or email. Besides that, we take care of everything. One thing to do that's very simple so they have direction. And then keep that simple. Remind them of the fact that it's going to be easy, it's going to be done quickly, and it's very secure. Those are the three things people want. Easy, fast, for sure. It's going to happen. Nail those things and then end with excitement and reinforce their decision. Like, hey, seriously, this was a great move. I know you just turned money into land. You have real money. You're coming your way. A lot of people sit on land for their entire lifetimes. Like, honestly, my family's got a piece of property 4 hours from my house that we've owned since I was a kid, and they still own it. We've never done anything with it. Family's been talking about building on it for my entire life. A lot of people are indecisive like that. That's a true story. And so congrats, because you're going to have money. You're going to go be able to do something with this. So we'll take it from here. All the title paperwork go made. And yeah, great decision and great to work with you. You'll hear from us soon. So end with excitement and then get an immediate follow-up to them. Just congratulating them again, tell them they made a great decision, continually reinforcing that so they don't have buyer remorse, and then tell them again the next step. And then make sure to follow up with them the next day, make sure the deal is babysat. But that is a fast overview of thoughts on the script and how it works.